Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry for my absence. I have no explanation for you. I was just gone. I also am going to ask you to please ignore this giant zit between my eyebrows. It hurts even worse than it looks. I have some plants I have to repot today. I'm putting this one, you can't even see it, this one into this pot, which is not that much bigger. But if I go another pot size up, it's not going to fit in the hanging thing for that little bar that's above my bed. And I don't have anywhere else to put, like, a hangy plant like this. So, I don't know, dude. We're just going to, like, put it in here. Hope for the best. That sort of deal. Because it is now getting to the point where it's coming out the bottom of this pot. I don't think I said this yet, but we're just kind of doing a little vlog over the next couple of days. Maybe a week or so, I don't know. It is May 30th today, so the month of May is almost over. And May to me is supposed to be like the beginning of summer, right? It's supposed to be like sunny and warm, and in the States you guys have Memorial Day weekend, and that's like a big thing. But May has been really, like, dreary and cloudy and gray. And I always thought I was a dreary, cloudy, gray weather kind of girl. And I still like it aesthetically, but, man, sometimes you just need sunshine. Oh my god, look at that. That's wild. Yeah, sometimes you just need it to be sunny out. This branch has not a single root. So I'm going to put this over here so that I can put it in water. We're going to put these ones that do have roots in here. Yeah, I think I'm just becoming like a houseplant as I get older. Like, I just need a cute little drink, the sun, but like I don't want to sit, my manager and I were talking about this. We don't want to sit in the sun, per se. We just want the sun to be there. She was like, I want to sit, like, in the shade, like, under an umbrella, under, like, a parasol or something. And I was like, I feel you. I'm the same. It's actually funny, next week, like, the first week of June, is my 1-year work anniversary. Can you believe that? It's already been, like, I got laid off. No, I got my notification of my layoff from the paper in September 2023. It wasn't effective until the beginning of 2024. But, so it's been like a long time at this point. Like, it doesn't feel like it's been, what am I trying to say? In some aspects, it feels like it was just yesterday, and in other aspects, it feels like it was 3 lifetimes ago. So I'm gonna have to go get scissors to cut this all off because, yeah, our 16-year-old dog is, like, lurking around, and she's kind of stupid. She doesn't, we've had her since she was a puppy, and she still doesn't move out of the way of my chair. Can you go? Go away. It's funny because my actual work anniversary is June 6th, and without noticing it, without realizing it, I booked that day off. Because unlike other places I have worked that just kind of let you do whatever you want with your vacation days, this place is very big on you actually booking them and using them. So they made me book all my vacation days. And so I booked them all kind of randomly and turned a whole bunch of long weekends into even longer weekends. And then next Wednesday, my sister and I are going to see Avril Lavigne because she's coming to Niagara Falls. So I booked, the concert's Wednesday, so I booked the Thursday, Friday off because, like, why not? I was, like, obsessed with Avril when I was a kid. I loved her so much because she was different, right? Like, it's not like I had anything against, like, Britney and Christina and that sort of thing, but I really liked Avril because she was different and wasn't afraid to be. And then when, I think her third album is Best Damn Thing, right? That one was like a big commercial success, but I didn't like it because so much of that is so much poppier. I felt like she was selling out. So that was kind of when I chilled on my Avril Lavigne a little bit, but then I grew up and was like, no, this is fun as heck. That being said, I'm not really into going to concerts in Toronto anymore, so it's very nice that she's coming to Niagara Falls, because that I am ready willing to go the 20 minutes to go see her. rather than multiple hours in a car and then in a train. If I was going by myself, it'd be a bus, a train, and then some kind of public transit to get to the venue, and it's like, I simply just don't have that in me anymore. Okay, I think this pot size is actually okay. It's not a whole lot bigger, but it is definitely taller. I'm actually, because this is so heavy on the ends, I'm actually just going to go put it in my room right now for fear of it pulling itself over. Overall, my plants are doing really well. It was either last weekend or the weekend before that I uppotted my chamomile. And you can't even see me, but whatever. And it kind of looks like shit right now, but I think it'll get better. Do I have any other plants that are, like, not doing well? My Alocasia Frydek that we bought at Vermeer's on my birthday. I was really excited about that plant because it used to be hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and we got it there for only $30. It is... There's no leaves on it currently. I'm not going to say it's dead, though, because I really think I can bring it back. My Alocasia Jacqueline, kind of the same thing. There were no leaves on it for the longest time, but I've kind of brought it back. So I'm thinking I can do the same thing here. Oh my goodness. I think maybe I should have repotted this one a little sooner. Yeah. Whatever. Better late than never. I'm gonna have to go get more dirt. I debated just bringing the tub out here, but I really don't want to. It's so heavy. I'm so weak, and I haven't been able to, like, really do any physical activity in the past, like, year or so. What else is new? I finally learned how to style my bangs, kind of. They actually have, like, some volume to them now. I'm thinking I'm gonna do a video on them, just because I know that when I was looking for videos on how to style your bangs, a lot of the things that I was coming up with was not helpful. That's why most of my review videos exist, to be honest with you. Because I would look for review videos for things myself, and I couldn't find something helpful, so then I would learn how to do it, and then I would make the video, and that's why my review videos are the way that they are, because I was just like, as a consumer myself, what do I want in a review video? Let me just make it myself. So I might do that. I also have a moisturizer I want to review, because I think I talked about this in one of the last vlogs I uploaded, but Josie Marin discontinued my longtime favorite moisturizer because they hate me personally. And I had been working to find one that doesn't irritate my eyes. It was very hard going for a while there. I'm making a fucking mess. But I finally found one. I'll spoil it for you. It is by Paula's Choice. It is their Resist moisturizer, and it is SPF 50. That was my big thing. Like, right, like, I probably could have found a moisturizer that didn't irritate my eyes faster. But I really wanted one that had, like, a fairly high SPF. And I think it's something, I don't know what it is, but something in the SPF element, I think is what irritates my eyes. Because even I bought a Laneige daily moisturizer that had SPF 50, and even that one wasn't as bad as some of the drugstore ones I bought, but, like, I would go to work, and my left eye in particular would be, like, really goobery and really sensitive, and it would just kind of sting a little bit. Okay, so this is my new pot for my rattlesnake calathea. And then the last one we're going to do is pieces of my angel wing begonia that I propagated because the plant got too big and too unruly. I must admit to you, I'm tempted to keep the pieces and get rid of the original plant, but I don't think I'm there yet because I love the original plant. I'm attached to her. I literally am gonna pop this up, give it away on like Marketplace or something, because I don't need it, and I don't know. I just really love, especially when it's plants. Like, I really just love giving things away for free on Marketplace because, like, less so now than a couple years ago, like, especially at, like, the height of the pandemic when the plant hobby was, like, busting. plants are a hobby that should be generally accessible, I think. And I think some sort of like elitism that made it really expensive is not cool with me. I understand some plants needing to be more expensive because they're harder to cultivate or harder to whatever. Like if I ever actually managed to successfully propagate a piece of my Monstera Peru, I would never sell that. That would be my prized possession because every time I freaking try to propagate it, it just rots. But something like this begonia that I can get to propagate in like nothing. Like, look at this. Why wouldn't I just give this away? It like propagates so easily. Look at that, the roots are even up too high. I picked this pot because it was one of the tallest ones I had. I didn't realize that. It still wasn't tall enough for some of them. Should I just like hold them in the middle? And then pour some dirt in around. I think in the last vlog I uploaded, I was telling you guys about my Tamagotchis. I still use them and take care of them every day. I don't remember if I had the uni yet in that video, but I have the uni. And the Tamagotchi Paradise is coming out in, I think, July. And I pre-ordered that. Okay, if you went on Marketplace and you were looking at plants and this plant was there for free, would you take it? There's only one way to find out. So I decided to take this down from there because the spider plant that was in this one is starting to look a little rough. So I thought maybe I could rinse out the pocket. You gotta see the roots. Look at them. Isn't this one of the craziest root balls you've ever seen? I don't know how I'm gonna get back in there. Oh, there's a little gray one there. I think maybe I haven't been giving it enough fertilizer because it looks, I don't know, pucked up, nutrient deficient or something. It kind of just generally doesn't look great. Let's just rinse it for a bit and see what happens. That and some green water. Alright. That's as much as I'm going to mess with it, I think. We did give it a good rinse. We gave it a good clean. I almost feel like I shouldn't put this back in the little pouch. I feel like it should get like a vase. Right? I'm not putting it in soil. That's not happening because these are water roots. I wish you were here to tell me what to do. Every time I touch it, more of these like stringy, empty shell roots come out. But it's still got like a lot of really good thick roots, of course. We're gonna try just like what I use as my propagation vases. Because using this, you see that? As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by my own clumsiness. There's some goo in the top here. Using this bottle jar thing means that I can keep the spider plant in about the same position in my room as it used to be. But it does have a little more space for the roots if I can get them in. I should be able to get them in. There, I got it in. It looks like an alien. The faucet in this bathroom is backwards from the other one, so I always mess up which way to turn the temperature things. I'm annoyed that the water immediately looks dirty because it pushed off even more of that like debris that I couldn't get off, but we're gonna leave it for now. Can you believe how insane my goldfish plant is? When I bought it, it was in like one of those little like 1-inch pots, and it was only 4 branches. And now look at it, a couple years later. It looks crazy. It doesn't have any flowers on it yet, though. And then over here with Melena, I was just thinking about my Venus flytrap here because I need to add more water to it today. And, hi, Lane. I think I've had this one for well over a year at this point. I think it's been my longest lasting Venus flytrap. I think I've had it for... I feel like saying 2 years is too long. But definitely more. I definitely bought it before I started my current job. So definitely over a year. I don't know. A long ass time. I was just thinking about how next weekend is Frightmare. No, not Frightmare. Just regular Niagara Falls Comic Con. And trying to figure out if I should go or not. Like, part of me is like, yes, I should, because it's so close, and it's a big thing, and then part of me is like, well, Robert Englund is going to be there, and that's Freddy Krueger. But then the logical part of me is like, Abby, you don't care about celebrities. Like, I always make it like, oh, this celebrity's going to be there, that's so cool, but then I never meet them. I never buy the photo op. Like, it just doesn't happen, because they're too expensive. I don't want to spend that much money to meet a celebrity. I can't help but feel like meeting Lucy Wallace, paying the money for the picture with her, paying the money for the autograph, like that was it. That was my dream, and then it happened, and so now everything else is like, no, we're done. Every time a celebrity comes, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Nah, I already met Lucy Wallace. Like, we're done. I've already hit, to me, the peak. That now, every time something else happens, I'm just not interested. So, but it's so close. But then it's like, I have 4 days off. Do I really want to spend the second last one in Niagara Falls with so many people? Like, I think that's why I like Frightmare, which is in October, so much more, because A, it's horror themed, it's more up my alley, and the crowd is way less crazy. Like, there's just so many less people. It's still busy, don't get me wrong, but it's like a much more manageable size. I haven't decided yet. I didn't buy a ticket, because I don't know, and I still don't know. This is my old lady Tamagotchi. It was my Mechi. And then I failed to meet the matchmaker, and now it's grown into a senior. And it's been a senior for multiple days. Oh my god, it really needs some happiness things. And then this is my Uni. My Uni is Mimichi, because Mimichi's my favorite. Hold on, she pooped on the floor. I can't let you see that. This is Mimichi. She's coloring in her plant room. Like mother, like daughter, right? I actually have a Mimichi plushie hanging off my backpack. I love that there's like Tamagotchi merch out there now. I feel like I started liking Tamagotchis again, and then it became like a big thing. Like, now I see merch of them places, and I didn't see them anywhere before. She really needs some happiness things too, so I'm just going to shut you off and sit here and play with my Tamagotchis for a sec. Here's Roger. Look at him. Look how cute he is. He's so goofy looking. I feel like other people's crested geckos look smart. And mine looks kind of dumb. But I love him anyway. I love him in his big dumb face. Speaking of boys that look kind of dumb. Hello, mister. Hello, Mr. Charlie. Hello. You're such a good boy. So, do you remember yesterday how I was hemming and hawing about Niagara Falls Comic Con next weekend? It's actually this weekend. Like, right now. So I guess that answers that. I won't be going this year. Because absolutely no way am I going and waiting in line for tickets there. So, yeah, I'm a little bummed. But, like, I didn't want to go anyway, but knowing that I now can't go. You know what I mean. But yeah, that's that about that. And then today, my sister and I are going to the Humane Society. And then we're going to the mall because I have a list of things I need. That is very boring. I need toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, things like that. So that's what we're going to do. But the Humane Society is a little exciting because they're having like a yard sale today. And it'll be all like pet items. So we're going to buy maybe some fun stuff for our pets. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
Nail clippers. I have literally these exact nail clippers, but mine are blue. Lots of little treat pouches. Lots of different little collars. Oh, some stuff.
Aw.
Harnesses. I'll put you in this.
Yeah, which thigh is going through it? Oh,
Tiny little.
we could put it on Zoe.
This would fit Suki.
I was just gonna say, for Susu.
Suki has had a bunch of harnesses, and it doesn't prevent her from fear pulling. The poop bags go in one part, and then the treats go in the other part. Back here.
Hi, puppy.
Hello, sweetheart.
Hi, Boots. Hi. How's the baby?
Like Matt.
Like Matt.
An Olaf collar. $5 for this petty paws.
Oh, cool. That's like the thing where you put the nail in,
Yeah, it's the grindy.
Yeah.
I had one. It was a little bit too loud for Suki, so I returned it. I don't know if you remember that.
That's fair.
I had so many points at PetSmart. I used them all. And then I felt bad. I had to bring it back. Slip collar.
What's this?
It's a litter box. See
Okay.
the openings over there?
I thought this top part was like a handle.
It is. You pull it open it. So you can clean it.
That makes more sense.
Lots of bowls in there. Pretty much primarily dog bowls. More bags of toys.
There's crates and stuff
Yeah, there are.
for when we catch wild animals.
Scoot over here. We want cat stuff. So, cat stuff.
Oh, cat toys.
Yeah. So we got a scratchy,
Right.
adjustable elevated peppers.
Hmm.
Let me see. A bunch of laser pointers. A kicker tray.
Star Wars. A fish.
Sweets.
We could get a bird.
Yeah. We could get toupee.
We could get toupee. Good morning, Sunday morning. We have a couple of plants we have to water today, including my tomato. So you might remember there were two in here, but I just threw the other one out because it doesn't look good. Like, it was really crispy and all the leaves were wilting and gross. I'm still thinking about fishing it out of the garbage, to be really honest with you, because, like, I just don't want to give up on it yet. But this one is doing so well that I thought maybe it should have the pot to itself. So we're doing that. Then I've got to water the peas, which are these ones with the spiderweb trellis here. I gotta check on the chamomile because I'm pretty sure it's entirely dead. And then in this cauldron here, I want to plant some milkweed because right now it's empty. So that's what we're gonna do, provided Charlie doesn't get in our way too much. Right, Charlie? Right, Charlie? Today is also June 1st, which is fun. I made my little June calendar in my agenda last night. It's not very exciting. I don't actually have anything planned in June, like, at all, other than Avril this week, so don't know what to tell you there. Oh, and I took the 30th off because the 1st of July is obviously Canada Day. But I've heard rumors that there might be some Halloween hunting soon, which is awesome. I think maybe part of the, like, I love Halloween and I love spooky things to begin with, but I think maybe part of the appeal of the Halloween hunting is that it happens when the weather's nice, right? So, I don't know. But I'm just going to sit here and drink my coffee, which is brew, and just watch some YouTube videos for a bit. Yeah. Yes, my suspicions were correct. The chamomile has died. Do I have any more chamomile seeds? Can we try this again? So I'm watching this video by Jade the Libra, and she's totally gonna scroll right past this because it's not her style, but look at the witch hat with the bows. This is TJ Maxx, so we don't have this in Canada, but Marshall's is like a sister. So maybe they'll have it. And a little bit farther up, she showed there was a tablecloth out of that same fabric. That's like my ideal aesthetic. Like, let's make things witchy, but also cutesy at the same time. Yeah, see, there it is. I love that pattern. If we can get more things in that pattern, that would be great, thanks. Hey, remember the other day in this vlog when I was excited for the sun and the warmth? I take it back. I should have known. I should have known myself better. I take it back. I'm already sweating. My bangs look cute when I left the house this morning, and then the last hour or so of work, I just started sweating profusely. But before I become ugly, I wanted to show you my cute mushroom dress. It's from Hot Topic. And look at my shoes. They're a little big, but aren't they so cute? I love them so much. And then I have a bow in my hair. Yay! So I actually look cute today. Today's Tuesday. I didn't jump on the vlog for anything yesterday because I had nothing to tell you. I was just sitting here all day. No, I went to work. I came home. I basically zoned out for 5 hours, and then I went to bed. So that's that. Tonight I have to shower still, and that means blow drying my hair and putting it up in my heatless curl rods and that sort of thing. So I got so much to do. I still have to play my daily hour-ish of Hello Kitty Island Adventure. My Tamagotchi had to be plugged in. I feel like I had other things I wanted to tell you, but I don't remember what they were, so I'll come back on the vlog if I remember. If and when I remember. But yeah, tomorrow I go to work, and then it's Avril Lavigne, and then I don't work Thursday or Friday, which is very exciting for me. Hello, it's Avril Day. I'm just out in the world, going to one of my favorite stores to get a little drinky for lunch, a little sweet treat, and then I gotta go back to work for a couple of hours, and then it's Avril. I don't have as much time as I wanted to put on makeup, so I'm probably just gonna go looking like this. That's fine. We're in the nosebleeds anyway, so whatever. Rainbow. Wasp walk. Happy Pride Month, all. So my original plan was to wear this t-shirt tucked into this skirt with some fishnetty leggings and my fake Converse, and then do some makeup and that sort of thing. But I'm gonna be so honest with you. First of all, I couldn't find my fake Converse. I might have got rid of them. But it just got really hot out of nowhere. Like, we had no easing into it this year. It went from, like, cold outside to boiling. So I think all we're going to do is add some of my extensions to give more of an Avril look. And if I have time, I might add a little more eyeliner, but I don't know that I will have time. But yeah, it's too hot to do anything else. If she does newer songs, I won't know those ones. I'll know. I think her first 4 albums. Is the 4th one the one where she's like crouched down with the big dress? Is there only 1 green? I thought I had 2 green. Yes, I do have 2 green. The other was just still in here. I'm a little bummed. I was really excited about doing a smoky eye. I have an hour. I guess I probably still could. But it's so sweaty. I don't know. Part of me is like, I think I'm too old. I'm just too old to care. Younger me would have cared. This is like way longer than my hair, and I did not know that. Should I just cut it? I think I'm just gonna cut it. I mean, I've never worn it before, and I've had it for years. Jeez. Why is my hair so thick that I feel like it just eats these? You can see that, right? And it's a decent length. I kind of want to put one of the single black ones in there, too. There. That's fun, right? Yeah, I probably should have left that one a little longer. Oh well. God, they didn't do a very good job sewing these onto the clips. I mean, to be fair, my black ones are the real extensions. These are just meant to be little fun color pieces. I'm really bummed. I really wanted to do a smoky eye, but I'm just so overstimulated by my warmth. I think the green is cute. My bangs look cute this morning.
They still look nice.
No, they're so stringy.
They're flatter because it's a million degrees outside. Look at my bangs. Exactly.
Yeah, but you have hair. Like, mine is stringy, like Lydia Deeds.
Mine are too. Lydia Deeds. Okay, when you say that.
Look at my black chunk.
But where's the green?
Oh, it's somewhere.
It's right here.
I bought a shirt. I bought a shirt to satiate my 8-year-old self. Yo!
Where's the...
There's us.
Niagara Falls.
Woohoo! We can come back tomorrow if you want. Just kidding. I only want to pay for parking once.
It's $50. It's $50. For
I know.
parking.
I know. Ugh. Hello, it has been a few days since I dropped another vlog, and I thought I would just come in and say hello and kind of close out this vlog and give you some recap-y type stuff. First of all, I painted my nails last night. I painted them Devil's Ivy by Mooncat, and I accidentally matched them to my dress. How cute is that? Today's Monday, so I was at work today. That's why my hair is curly. I'm wearing a dress. It's all cute. On Wednesday, we obviously saw Avril and Fifi Dobson, and We the Kings were the first opening act. They were all great. It's very interesting to me because I typically only see, like, artists like Ariana Grande, like Demi Lovato, that sort of thing in concert. And Avril kind of falls into that category in the sense that she's like a diva. She's like an icon. But her performance style is very different, and I don't want this to come off as, like, sounding mean or like I'm being shady or whatever, because I'm not. I think she's very incredible. But I almost wonder if she's so comfortable on stage that sometimes she almost looks a little bored. Like, I kept that clip of her performing Girlfriend in this video. Hopefully it doesn't get copyright striked. But so that you could see that she's just kind of standing there, like, rocking back and forth. And that was the first song of the concert. I was like, girl, you're not excited to be here? Honestly, though, if I performed the same songs every day for 10 years, I'd probably be bored of them, too. So, no shade, all love. I was just like, hello? So my sister and I usually like to leave concerts a little bit early so that we can beat all the able-bodied people that try to get to the elevator and then to the parking lot and that sort of thing. So after she did Skater Boy, which was the last song of the actual concert, I googled the set list on my phone really quickly, and it's so weird to me because both of her encore songs were set to be ballads. I think that's such a strange choice. Like, that's fine, but I don't think I've ever heard of anyone picking, like, two, like, slower songs as their encore, so we left. I got home at, like, 11:30 p.m., and I'm very grateful that I took the next 2 days off, because Thursday, like, I'm just too old to be out at night anymore, I think, because Thursday I was just, like, not awake all day. I just, like, sat here and, like, zoned out the whole time. But then Friday, I woke up, and Alyssa and I went to Chapters, like the bookstore, and I bought the cutest little mug that is now my work mug. It's got cats on it and books, and on the inside, like, lip of the mug, it says, more cats, more naps. We also went to PetSmart and took a look at some of the cute animals they had there. Really, I wanted to look at dog toys and cat food and that sort of thing. And then we went to Vermeer's, which is a big plant store that I love. I bought a pinguicula, so a little carnivorous plant. It's sitting on my windowsill. Yeah, and then my sister and I did our usual Saturday sort of outing, and that was nice. I don't really have a ton to update you on, other than what you've already seen. My tomato plant is flowering. I'm very excited about that, because flowers obviously become the tomatoes, is what I'm thinking of. Oh my goodness. And I was kind of curious about how the pollination of a tomato plant works, but apparently they self-pollinate. Apparently they have the male and the female part in the flower, so I don't know, I think that's cool. So hopefully I'll get little tiny tomatoes just, like, on my windowsill. Wouldn't that be so much fun? And then the only other thing I wanted to talk to you about briefly was books, because I haven't given you a book update in a while. I embarrassingly didn't finish a single book in May. It just didn't happen for me, you know what I mean? But I did finish 2 books in April. I finished, obviously, Sunrise on the Reaping, which is the newest Hunger Games book, and I finished Lessons in Chemistry. Sunrise on the Reaping is good. I think I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. My problem is a me problem. I don't enjoy reading books when I know how they're going to end. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like if there's no way to surprise me or no twists and turns that it can take, then, like, what am I doing here, kind of? And so, because we get enough of Haymitch's games from, like, Katniss and Peeta briefly watching them in Catching Fire, we know that he wins. We obviously can determine that he becomes an alcoholic and doesn't really have friends or family, so something happens there. Yeah, so you just knew, you went into it kind of knowing that it wasn't going to go well for a lot of the people involved. So that was kind of the only thing. The only reason I dragged my feet reading it a little bit is because it wasn't going to surprise me, and it didn't, but it was still very good. Very well done. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the movie when it comes out. The cast looks incredible, so that'll be great. Lessons in Chemistry is about this woman who is a chemist. She didn't finish her PhD because she was assaulted by her professor, and then when she was trying to like escape him from being assaulted, she stabs him with a pencil, and then she gets like accused of assault herself for that reason, and then she gets kicked out of the program. But she's got her, I guess, her master's in chemistry, and so she's working at this, lab, basically, and stuff happens, and then eventually she gets hired as a television cook presenter type deal, like a Rachel Ray type deal, to host her own cooking show, and she's very, like, matter-of-fact speaking. She doesn't really understand jokes. It's very, like, neurodivergent coded, to be honest with you, the way she speaks and the way she sort of presents herself. What am I trying to say? Very matter-of-fact, very straight, like, to business, and it's no humor at all. And she does this cooking show where she uses, like, only scientific terms, and she teaches, like, women around America in the 50s how to cook, but also they're, like, learning scientific formulas and that sort of thing at the same time. One of the critiques of this book that I read on Goodreads called it, like, white feminism, which is fair. That's, like, exactly what this book is. I don't necessarily think that's, like, a horrible thing. I think it can have its place sometimes, because I also saw, white feminism being the critique of the Barbie movie, and I just think it's important to remember that, like, obviously intersectional feminism is the way to go, but a lot of places are not even at that conversation yet. A lot of people aren't even at that conversation yet. They're still at, like, as we can see going on in the world right now, they're still at, like, basic women deserve rights, women deserve autonomy, that sort of thing. Like, a lot of people are not ready for these complex conversations yet. So this sort of book is a very good entry-level step. Now, even within that, like, there's some things that irk me a little bit. Like, eventually at the end of the book, spoiler, but, like, you see it coming, she leaves the television show to go back and become a real scientist. And it's like, I just don't like the way it frames her, like, being a television host as, like, not feminist. And I'm just, like, as someone who went to school for that sort of thing, I know that that's a lot of work. Like, that's hard work. I can imagine in the 50s especially, because they didn't have all the crazy technology they have now. I just didn't like that. But there's a lot of elements to this book that I did like and that I did enjoy. It's a very easy read. I don't know how I feel about it. I have complex feelings about it. It's fine for what it is, but it's not for you if you want to have more complex conversations about feminism, because that's not what you're going to have. You're going to get very, like, surface level, lots of white people, lots of white women facing the patriarchy in the 50s, which is fair and did happen, but it doesn't ever sort of address any of the other systemic issues. I don't know. I don't think I'm verbalizing it right, but I feel complicated about it. I don't know. And then the other book that I actually just finished a couple days ago, and this one was called Our Wives Under the Sea. And this one is a much more, like, literary book than I have read in the last little while, like, written very poetically. Occasionally there were words that I had to Google because I had never heard them before, which I do enjoy. You know what I mean? I love reading and feeling like I'm learning something at the same time. It was a very beautiful book. I really enjoyed reading it, but my only gripe with this one is that some of the questions I had throughout the whole book are still not answered at the end, and I'm okay with, I don't need everything wrapped up with, like, a little bow at the end of every book that I read. I'm okay with some things being open-ended, but there are too many open-ended things here. I have too many theories. I, like, want to both attend and lead, like, a high school English class about this book, because I have too many theories and too many ideas and no way to confirm them and nothing to do with them. Do you know what I'm saying? It was a beautiful book. It really makes you think. I haven't been able to start a new book since then because I'm still noodling about how I feel about this one. But overall, I did really enjoy it. It was depressing, though. Like, don't read Our Wives Under the Sea if you're looking for anything. Not a single good thing happens in this book. Like, I read it and I was left with the sort of, like, empty, heavy feeling after that I had after I watched Grave of the Fireflies. I didn't cry. There were no tears, but it was just kind of like, So that's what you're going to get from that book. Anyway, I think that's about it for this vlog. I really appreciate you hanging out with me today and throughout the past, nearly 2 weeks at this point. There will be more vlogs in the future. And I have a couple more sort of Makeup-y and hairy review videos I want to get up as well. I did finally bite the bullet yesterday and order a new MacBook. I've had mine for 13 years, and I'm finally getting a new one. So editing should be much easier. Editing is kind of the thing that stops me from doing videos these days because it takes so long for my computer to do anything. So I'm hoping this kind of helps. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to lots of new videos this summer. I'm looking forward to lots of things. What are you looking forward to? Let me know what you've been up to these past couple of months. What have you been reading? What have you been watching? I want to know everything so that I can steal your ideas and then do them myself. Because if you're watching and reading good things, I want to do that too. And it's just that simple, you see. Anyway, I love you so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!